Well, here's a big story that I know Cheryl knows a lot about. Jury selection in the New York trial of former pharmaceutical CEO Martin Shkreli entering its third day today without seating a single juror. Some potential jurors say they can't be fair to a man who gained notoriety by raising the price of a life-saving drug by more than 5,000%. Let's bring in former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney David Bruno to talk about this. Good to see you. And I want to talk to you too, Cheryl, about this because she's been following this in Brooklyn for us. Do you think they can seat a jury here in a trial like this?
Yeah, they can and they will.
When?
It's going to take time. I mean, obviously there's a bias out there, and this is why we have this deliberative process, because the raising of the drug, the price on the drug, has nothing to do with the charges he's accused of in the federal court. 8 counts, security and wire fraud. So yes, Brafman has to do a good job of ferreting out these jurors to make sure everybody can decide the case on the facts.
So he tried for a mistrial yesterday morning. That was at 9 a.m. The judge said, no, we're going to keep moving. But he said the negative media coverage, the press coverage, is a problem for his client.
Sure, yeah.
I would argue I think his client is a problem for the client.
Actually, both. He needs to be concerned about both things. And there's a two-part process here. First, a judge is going to bring everyone in and qualify them, to get those objective people. And then there are peremptory challenges. That's when the attorneys start to strike jurors for no reason whatsoever. It has to be race-neutral and gender-neutral reasons. But yes, it could take time, especially in a high-profile case like this.
Do you think his attorney is telling Martin Shkreli to, stop looking at the jurors like this and acting strange in the courtroom?
Sure. Jurors are looking at a defendant throughout the entire process, including jury selection.
But he acts so strange.
He does, and he's probably going to go down because of it, because jurors are not stupid. They're looking, they're perceiving him, and they're going to have to make decisions about his life.
Right.
And ultimately, yes.
So tell me about Brafman. What are your thoughts on him? What do we know about him? Is he respected? I know that he's a high-profile defense attorney, but tell us more.
Sure, I don't know him personally, but he does have a tremendous reputation, and that's important for criminal defense attorneys in that arena. I call it an arena. It's a very important to be in front of a jury, be comfortable, be able to question witnesses and confront them, cross-examine them, and make arguments to a jury. So to have that experience like Brafman, it's very important.
Can the trial be moved?
It can, but it won't be. Those motions would have already been made. We recently saw the Boston bombing case. I mean, what bigger case than that was not moved out of that district court? It's not being moved. Venue's not being changed. They're going to find a jury. It just may take a while.
Are you surprised that jury selection is taking so long? I mean, today is day 3. There's talk that this could go on for several more days. Is that normal?
It is, and I'm not surprised whatsoever. You have the high-profile nature, you have the facts, okay, and also the length of a trial may be debilitating for people who have regular lives. And they come in there, and everyone has hardships, employment reasons, health reasons, and things like that. So those are all reasons that a judge may dismiss a potential juror.
How long do you think selecting the jury will take?
Probably weeks.
Weeks.
This is a sign. They've been through a couple days already, and they're having problems because of the defendant's statements as well as the facts. But it's going to take some time.
I would add, just really quick, I know we got to go, but I'm going to add here, yesterday, it was fascinating because the media in the courtroom also has their own attorney. And I can't think of her name, Boulder is her last name. She's walking in, and she's representing the reporters in the room because he was trying to throw out the press out of the courtroom yesterday, and they stepped in and said, no, we need to cover this.
Right now, the press has access to the sidebars, the conversations that's happening on the side, and that was one of the motions that the defense attorney made to try to preclude them from hearing that. And I don't think that was rule. They're not excluded. The press is not excluded.
All right, David Bruno, thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I'll be calling you later
You got it.
for more.